You have not texted them, you have not checked their profile, you have not called, and it has been, 3 days, a week, maybe more, and it feels like withdrawal, because it is. Your brain right now is going through something measurable, something documented, something that neuroscience can trace. From the first hour of no contact to the first month. And understanding what is happening inside your brain during this process is not just interesting. It is the difference between surviving no contact and being destroyed by it. This video is a map for the brain that is trying to find its way back. Why no contact is neurological, not emotional. First, what is no contact, precisely? No contact is the complete cessation of communication with a person who was once central to your daily emotional life. No messages, no calls, no social media, no checking if they are okay, no asking others how they are. Complete informational and emotional severance. It is most commonly used after toxic relationships, narcissistic abuse, or as a recovery strategy after a breakup, where continued contact prevents healing. And here is why it is so hard. Psychologist Helen Fisher's neuroimaging research scanned the brains of people who had recently been rejected by romantic partners. The regions that activated were not the grief centers. They were the reward centers. Specifically, the ventral tegmental area, the same region that activates during cocaine use. Romantic love and the loss of it is processed by the brain, not as an emotional experience, but as an addiction. No contact is not just emotional pain, it is neurological withdrawal, and withdrawal, before it gets better, gets worse. Everything you feel is your brain working correctly. Before we go through the phases, the most important thing to understand, everything you are feeling right now is your brain functioning correctly. The obsessive thoughts, the physical ache, the urge to check, just once, the strange grief that arrives at unexpected moments. None of it is weakness. None of it is evidence that you cannot do this. All of it is a brain doing exactly what evolution designed it to do when a primary attachment bond is severed. Psychologist John Bowlby described attachment as a biological survival system, as fundamental as the drive for food or warmth. When that system is activated and then abruptly cut off, the brain responds with the same urgency. It would respond to any threat to survival. You are not being dramatic. You are not weak for struggling. You are a human brain, doing its best with a loss. It was never designed to find easy. What actually happens here are the 5 phases. Phase 1, days 1 to 7, the acute withdrawal. In the first week of no contact, the brain is in acute neurochemical withdrawal. The relationship, even a toxic one, had created a consistent supply of dopamine, oxytocin, and cortisol. These chemicals regulated your nervous system. They were your baseline. When contact stops, the supply stops, and the brain, accustomed to that chemistry, enters a state of deprivation. Neuroscientist Lucy Brown's research alongside Helen Fisher found that this withdrawal period mirrors the neurological profile of substance withdrawal, craving, obsession, physical restlessness, the inability to think about much else. You are not obsessing because you are weak. You are obsessing because your brain is searching for the chemical it was calibrated to receive. This phase is the hardest, and it is temporary. Phase 2, week 2, the protest phase. John Bowlby identified what he called the protest phase, the period immediately following attachment loss, in which the system intensifies its effort to restore the bond. In adult no contact, this looks like the sudden urge to text, to call, to find a reason to make contact, the brain generating elaborate justifications. I just need closure. I just want to see how they are. One message won't hurt. These are not genuine needs, they are the attachment system running its emergency protocol. The urge to break no contact in week 2 is not evidence that you should, it is evidence that the process is working. The intensity of the protest is proportional to how deeply the attachment was wired. It is not love pulling you back. It is neurology. Phase 3, weeks 3 to 4, the despair and reorganization. After the protest phase, the brain begins to accept, at a neurological level, that the expected response is not coming. This is Bowlby's despair phase, and it is quieter than the protest, which makes people think they are getting worse. They are not. The quiet is the brain beginning to reorganize, pulling resources away from the constant monitoring for the other person's presence, beginning, slowly, to redirect attention elsewhere. Research by psychologist David Sbarra on emotional recovery after relationship dissolution found that the 3rd and 4th weeks showed the beginning of neural reorganization, the brain literally rewiring, to reduce its dependence on the absent person as a regulatory anchor. The sadness in this phase is real, but it is not regression. It is the beginning of detachment at the neurological level. Phase 4, month 2, the window of clarity. Something begins to shift in the 2nd month. The obsessive thoughts reduce in frequency, not gone, but spaced further apart. And in those spaces, something else begins to appear: clarity. Psychologist Eli Finkel's research on relationships found that emotional distance from a partner consistently improved people's ability to evaluate the relationship accurately. The same dynamic that felt like love during it often becomes visible as a pattern during distance. In this phase, many people report seeing the relationship differently, not with anger, with accuracy. The things they minimized become visible. The things they idealized begin to normalize. This is not cynicism. This is the prefrontal cortex coming back online after weeks of stress response. This is your thinking brain, finally having enough quiet to think. Phase 5, month 3 and beyond, neurological rebuilding. Neuroscientist Michael Merzenich's research on neuroplasticity shows that the brain can form new neural pathways to replace patterns that are no longer being reinforced. After approximately 90 days of no contact, the timeline varies by relationship length and intensity. Research suggests the brain begins to genuinely restructure. The person who occupied a central organizing role in your neural architecture begins to shift to a different position, not erased, but no longer the center. Bessel van der Kolk's research on trauma and recovery describes this as the nervous system finding a new equilibrium, a baseline that is no longer organized around the presence or absence of the other person. This is what healing actually looks like: not forgetting, not indifference, a nervous system that has found its own ground again. Practical framework: 5 steps to survive no contact. Step 1. Understand that the urge to break no contact is a symptom, not a signal. Every time you feel the urge to reach out, name it accurately. This is my attachment system in protest phase. This is neurological, not intuitive. This is withdrawal, not wisdom. Why it works. Matthew Lieberman's effect labeling research shows that naming an urge reduces its intensity by activating the prefrontal cortex and reducing amygdala activation. The urge does not disappear, but it loses urgency. In daily life, keep a note on your phone. Every time the urge arrives, and open the note, write 1 sentence. Urge, not a signal, passing. Wait 20 minutes, it will be quieter. Step 2. Replace the neurochemical, not the person. The brain is not missing them specifically. It is missing the neurochemical state that the relationship produced: dopamine, oxytocin, cortisol rhythm. These can be partially replaced through other sources. Why it works. Neuroscience research on reward systems shows that the brain does not require the original source of a neurochemical. Exercise produces dopamine. Physical contact with safe people produces oxytocin. Completion of meaningful tasks produces both. In daily life, design your days around 3 anchors: 1 physical, movement; 1 social, safe contact, not them; 1 meaningful, something that produces completion, not to feel better immediately, to give your brain alternative chemistry while it restructures. Step 3. Protect the no-contact boundary like a medical prescription. No contact is not a punishment. It is not cruelty. It is not a game. It is a neurological prescription. The brain cannot rewire around someone. It is still in contact with. Every contact resets the withdrawal timeline. Every response to a Hoover restarts the protest phase. Why it works. Classical conditioning research, from Ivan Pavlov through to modern exposure therapy, shows that extinction of a conditioned response requires consistent non-reinforcement. Intermittent contact is worse than full contact for the purposes of neural extinction. In daily life, treat a breach the way you would a relapse in any recovery process, not with shame, with recommitment. The day count resets. You begin again. Step 4. Let the clarity of month 2 teach you. When the window of clarity opens, do not close it with nostalgia. Write down what you see in that clarity, the patterns, the dynamics, the version of yourself you became in the relationship, the needs that went unmet. Why it works. James Pennebaker's expressive writing research found that writing about difficult emotional experiences produced measurable improvements in psychological and physical health. The clarity of no contact is valuable data. Writing it anchors it and prevents the idealization that often rewrites painful relationships as romantic. In daily life, in week 6 or 7, write an honest paragraph about the relationship, not about them, about you in it, who you were, what you needed, what it cost you. Read it whenever the nostalgia arrives. Step 5. Build toward something, not just away from someone. No contact is most effective when it is not just a withdrawal from something, but a movement toward something. The brain heals faster when it has a direction. Why it works. Self-determination theory research by Edward Desai and Richard Ryan shows that autonomous goal pursuit, moving towards something chosen, meaningful, intrinsic, is one of the most powerful drivers of psychological restoration after loss. In daily life, identify one thing you stopped doing in the relationship, one interest, one friendship, one version of yourself. Begin moving toward it, not to replace what you lost, to remember who you were before the loss defined you. The self that was there the whole time. Here is the truth about no contact. It is not about them. It never was. It is about giving your brain the one thing it needs to restructure. Consistent absence of the stimulus. It has been organized around. The pain of no contact is not punishment. It is evidence of how real the attachment was. And the fact that it hurts this much is not a reason to end it. It is a reason to trust that something real is being processed. The brain that is in withdrawal today is the same brain that will, with time and distance, find its way back to itself. Not the self before the relationship. A self that has been through something and knows, because of it, what it will not accept again. If you are in no contact right now, in the first days, the second week, the quiet of month 2, I want you to know something. What you are doing is one of the hardest things a human nervous system can do. You are asking your brain to stop seeking the one thing it was wired to seek, and you are doing it anyway. The urges will come. The grief will arrive in waves. There will be a moment, probably around week 2, when every cell in you wants to reach out. Don't. Not because they don't deserve it. Not because you are punishing them, but because your nervous system, your identity, your future self, deserve the chance to find out who you are when they are not the center of your world. That person is still there. They have been there the whole time, waiting for enough quiet to finally be heard.